Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. My name is Joel, and this is A Stable Life
with the Veggie Boys.
I'm a stable guy.
All right, guys, all I know is two things. I know one, we're picking tomatoes today, and I know two, we're working on the tractor. A tractor today. Actually, I guess I know three things. We're picking tomatoes, we're picking potatoes, and we're working on a tractor. That's all I know so far. We'll see from there. I talked with the Veggie grandpa already, and we're getting started on the tractor first thing. I'll show you guys what we're doing. So the problem is that the belt, the fan belt, serpentine belt, whatnot, came off of, broke and is not working in the tractor. So everything else that needs to be running on the tractor is not running. So we need to take these guards off, get inside there so that we can change the belt out. So this is the old belt, as you guys can see. It's dead. We took the guards off and Daniel and I got the new belt installed. We just fired the tractor up and everything's good. Funny story, the way we figured out that the belt was not working was that the tractor will not let the PTO run if the alternator's not running. So we were thinking there might be something wrong with the PTO switch, and then after checking the electric on it, we realized there's nothing wrong with the PTO switch. Followed the problem down here to check the alternator. Alternator wasn't spinning, then took a closer look at the belt to realize that the belt was completely shredded and not on anymore. Now that that's fixed, the 110's back in action, which is good. It's one of the main workhorses of the farm. So why do you think, Daniel, that they have Phillips screws, and then they have metric screws, and then they have Allen screws, all in the same thing?
Actually, that's a standard.
That's a standard?
Yeah, because we're taking off with... Well, no, it'd be metric, because 9/16.
Don't be messing with me now. We just took it apart.
9/16 would be 14. It's the same thing. Just to make it harder and longer for mechanics to work on them so they get paid more.
I like your theory.
It's not a theory, it's the truth.
I was hoping Brian would come running over to try to help us, and then we could tell him that we're done and he could be all happy.
Picked 85 baskets of tomatoes between yesterday and Tuesday.
And it's not enough, right?
Nope. We're gonna go pick 40 more. It's like right at the perfect time.
So it's like easy.
Easy peasy lemon squeeze. This is great footage of Joel struggling.
This is great footage, huh? Now I got the bottom screw in. I think I can get the middle one in. Where's that little wrench you got?
Where did I leave it? That's in my back pocket.
Oh, you threw it in the pocket. What'd you figure out? We figured out that we got it fixed already.
Good deal.
Everything's fixed. From the looks of things, I'm gathering that I think it's gonna be a busy day. Happy that this tractor is back up and running. Everybody's gone and they're already on to the next thing. When I understand a busy weekend, there's a lot of orders that need to be filled. We're now down in the cow barn, actually in the skid steer loader, and I am gonna be cleaning up a little bit of straw that is loose in front of the store. And Daniel and I are getting a pallet load of tomato boxes because we are now in tomato season and they go through a lot of tomato boxes. Onwards and forwards. This is what those tomato boxes look like, and here's the pallet that he's bringing up right now. Looks good. I'm in the way. I'm gonna hop out of the way. There's the pallet of boxes. Let's go in there. Now we're moving straw because we have a solid 7 days where the only thing in the forecast is sun, which is awesome. Do you know how good that is for the horses, for the tomatoes, for everything? Like I say all the time, for everybody that needs rain, I hope you're getting it. We don't, and I'm happy that we're getting the sun. Way lighter than I thought it would be. While Daniel and I were doing that, the guys were picking red beets, and they're back with red beets. So Daniel and I got things set up for us to wash the beets. This is a large, right? Morning. Yes. Hey, morning, Liberty. How's it going? Good. How are you? Good. Good, man. How are you? Good. Get the 130, set those bins right over here, and we need one bin for
Okay.
While they're washing red beets, I'm gonna be hopping in the loader tractor because we're going to pull corn next. So I'm gonna move some bins around for logistics purposes, and then it's time to pick some sweet corn. Yeah, here's where we're picking the sweet corn. As you can see, some of it came up, some of it didn't. I think we'll get a bin out of it though. One bin of sweet corn later, and we're heading back to the farm and moving on to the next job. With sweet corn taken care of, we're now moving on to potatoes. Don't exactly know what kind of potato we're picking, but we're using this machine which digs them out of the ground and then drops them on top of the ground. And then we pick them off the top of the ground by hand, put them in baskets, and take them home. There's of course machines that do the whole process like this for you, and we own those machines. Guess we're only picking a few at a time right now because we're not ready to pick everything. So.
Some home no matter what. Because you can't just, if you inspected every potato, you would be here forever. Yeah. That's what we'll do at home.
Beautiful.
We'll wash them. See, I love it. Yeah. Now when you got to come back when we pick the big field, lots of potatoes then. You do bins and bins of potatoes. Yeah. Because they're gonna get washed and then they're getting put in a bin. They're not getting put back in these baskets. So we don't. So if we fill them too full, then you have stuff falling off all the time.
Yeah. I'm gonna move away from
Yep, you go ahead, move up.
You need this?
We got this row all in baskets. Now it's time to load up.
Potatoes. Delicious, nutritious, and spudlicious. Keep me kind of in line with Daniel. Okay. Now this little job we're working on right now, picking up the potatoes, this is actually more of a job for the driver. His job is to make it easier on all of us back here, because obviously picking up the potatoes is hard work, but the driver can make it a lot easier on all of us. So the driver has to keep me in line with Daniel. That way I'm not using more energy than I need to. I got it. I did it because of you. We just got all the potatoes picked up off the ground. We have a few baskets of red, but we feel it's important to get all these back to the farm and get them washed, and then we can come out with more baskets.
So when in there, they're wrapped. And sometimes you can bale the hay a little wetter. But
Beautiful
you can make
spuds.
it to bale the hay wetter. So when we wrap them like that, we like to bale them on the wetter side.
As you guys can see, this machine sorts as well as cleans the potatoes, puts them in the bin, and then from that bin is where we take them and put them in bags. It's a neat process, and you can set this up with a lot more conveyors so that instead of running it out of baskets, you can be running it out of whole wagons, and it still processes everything. They even have a system where they can dump the potatoes into, as well as an extra long conveyor for inspection of potatoes.
Right here, flush time over here. Now to prevent the potatoes from rotting, we are going to be running a fan on the potatoes, because if we don't have air moving, they'll just continuously stay wet. For lunch today, we are having hoagies, hold the applause, followed by zucchini brownies.
We're back out in the field and we're picking up all of the red potatoes, just like the yellow. We'll see how much we get. Here's all the red potatoes picked up. You can see the red potatoes are a little smaller than the yellows. And we're here washing them already. Now the difference with the red potatoes is we do keep the smaller ones. So the smaller ones that are being sorted here, we will then dump in here and get washed. Looking nice, looking very nice. Okay, that job's done. Now let's move on to the next one. All right guys, next up we are here picking some green beans and some yellow beans. We are hooked up to a bean harvester. So what you're gonna see is this machine has mechanical fingers that will pick the beans off of the crop. It will then pull it in, and a giant fan will suck all the leaves off of it, leaving the beans come through the conveyor out to us, where we sort the final bit by hand. Let's get started. All of our green beans, freshly harvested. And a big thank you to Gavin for being our cameraman. Now we're heading back home, and then we're gonna get this unloaded, and then we're picking bell peppers and tomatoes. Okay, do you want anyone else picking around with you?
Nope, I'll pick as many round as you guys do plums.
Okay. Okay. Next thing we're working on is going to be plum tomatoes and round tomatoes. So we'll see how far we get. We've got a whole wagon to fill.
Yeah, Matthew and I and Daniel were picking yesterday. We picked 70 baskets in an hour and a half.
70.
Yep.
See?
I'm talking right now. My basket's almost full already.
Yeah, I'm picking a lot of bad tomatoes.
If this were a race for shoving our fingers in the tomatoes, I'd be winning.
Never did ask you how the horses were today, Gavin.
They were good.
No issues?
No.
Good.
Gavin and I will sit on this bottom side. I get the back seat. I get the back seat, so I'm the oldest. I get it.
Well, guys, I mean, I think this clip kind of speaks for itself. Look at this beautiful wagon load of produce. Tomatoes, peppers. How are they, Liberty?
Indescribable. They are amazing.
Very good. We're gonna go ahead and take them home, get them unloaded, and we gotta wash everything. There you go. So that's what we're heading to do next. Slow and easy on the way home. Whew, guys, it has been a long, tiring day, but a successful one, for sure. How was your day, Gavin?
Tiring but successful.
Tiring but successful. I think that pretty much rounds out the video. And it's gonna be on that note that this is where we're drawing an end to the video for today. If you haven't,
Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.
and as always, we'll see you in the next one.